How's it going, guys? I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. This is actually going to be one of my first ever rant videos. If you don't know what a rant is, it's just where I talk about random stuff. I haven't really done any research on this stuff, so yeah. Oh, and this is all based on my opinion and what I've been through. So if you have a different opinion, good on you, but this is from my past experience, and this is by no means the rule of the land, okay? So I guess we're just going to jump right into it. Obviously, we're going to be talking about relationships and relationship advice based on the title of the video. So I have a few things written down, what I wanted to talk about. So let's just get right into it. I guess, actually first, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been in a few relationships in my past, and I've had some interesting encounters with girls before, and after a while, I kind of developed an opinion, I guess, and this is where I'm coming from. I'm 19 years old, and you're probably like, wow, 19-year-old, he probably doesn't know that much about relationships, but I don't really. This is just, yeah. So the first thing I want to talk about is, if you're not in a relationship, how to kind of put yourself out there. Well, how to prepare yourself to put yourself out there, because one thing that a lot of people don't do, which I'm very surprised, is keep themselves clean. Now, when I say clean, I mean like brushing their teeth or taking a shower every day, keeping themselves clean shaven. Now, obviously, if you don't do those things, which surprisingly a lot of people don't, then who's going to want to date that? If you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of someone else, right? So I guess if you're looking for a relationship, just keep yourself clean cut, and kind of it just makes yourself feel better at the same time as well. Another thing I want to talk about is being positive. Now, when I say being positive, you're probably like, oh, that's just an optimistic person. No, when I say positive, I just mean don't go around saying depressing things to everyone, like, oh man, I have to work tomorrow, and I hate my life right now. My girlfriend broke up with me a long time ago, and it really sucks. But don't do that, because I know I don't want to be around someone that's depressing all the time, because then they're gonna make me depressed, and I don't want to be depressed. I try to I try to be a positive person all the time, no matter how I feel on the inside, because I know that when I'm a positive person, people want to be around me. So kind of just be positive, and more people will want to hang out with you, more people want to talk to you, and yeah. Oh, another thing is finding a passion. Now, a lot of people don't really know exactly what they're into. Some people might be into making music, some people might be into drawing, some people might be into working out, some people might be into sports, some people might be into a bunch of different things. But once you find something that you really love, do it with all your heart, because that really shows to someone that you could be committed to something. Like, say, I'm really into drawing, and I'm really into playing my ukulele. And, well, some people might call it ukulele, but that's besides the point. If you put all of or most of your attention into something, then people see that you have the potential to put a lot of effort into something, and it kind of gives you a sense of who that person is. Like, if they like making music, and you listen to their music, it kind of gives you a feel of what they do. Or if someone draws something, I guess I'm trying to get a point across that I can't really get across. But anyways, if you don't have a passion, people don't really, like, if you don't know who you are yourself, how are other people going to know who you are? You know what I'm getting at? Like, you have to know yourself before you start to tell other people who you are. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. This is probably like the most cliche saying of all time, but you need to be yourself. If you're not yourself, and you've probably heard this 1,000 times, but if you're not yourself and you're trying to be someone else to get with someone, then it's just not worth it being in that relationship, because it's just, that's not who you are. And do you want to fake being someone else the entire relationship with someone, or do you just want to be natural, be genuine with someone? It makes things a lot easier if you just be yourself all the time. If you are currently trying to get into a relationship, like say you're talking to some girl, or girl, say you're talking to some guy, don't seem desperate. Now, you might have heard this a few times, but I know that sometimes if I start talking to a girl, I get a little bit too antsy, and I'm just like, oh, I need to message her all the time. And like I just text her too much, or if she doesn't text me like immediately, I get all worried. And get all those thoughts out of your mind, because maybe they're busy, maybe they're doing something else, maybe they're just not interested, and you just gotta accept that. And when you make yourself seem desperate, you don't. When you're putting all the effort into getting in a relationship with someone, and the other person isn't putting that much effort at all, they don't really seem, to them, it doesn't really seem like they put that much work into the relationship. So even if you do get in a relationship with that person, then it's just going to be you giving them all your attention, and they're just kind of receiving it and saying, oh, I don't know. You know what I'm getting at? Now, if you're in a relationship, there's 5 different love languages. Now, the first one, I'm going to try to remember these. I haven't gone over them in quite some time. I'm going to try to remember these. The first one is, oh my god. I'm gonna cut the video, and I'm gonna be back, and when I'm back, I'm gonna know all these love languages. Okay, well, I'm back. I'm actually on a website right now looking at all the love languages, and there's definitely 5 different types of love languages right now. I'm just gonna read them off to you and basically explain what they mean. The first one is words of affirmation. And words of affirmation is you basically need to tell that person how you feel about them for them to feel loved. That's what a love language is. Like, that's how that person acknowledges that you care for them. The second one is acts of service. Now, acts of service doesn't necessarily mean a gift, because that comes later on. But acts of service is kind of like just doing something for that person, like opening the door for them, or brushing off a bench for them to sit on when it's wet, when it's raining, or you know what I mean. The third one is receiving gifts. Now, some people, they like to receive gifts to know that someone cares about them, as in you'll give them, I don't know, a present every once in a while, and then they'll be like, wow, I know this person really cares about me. And that might seem a little foreign to people, but to some people, that's really how they know that the other person cares about them. The fourth one is quality time. Now, basically, quality time, it just means it doesn't mean spending time with someone. It means, well, it kind of does, but it doesn't just mean just spending time with them. It means that you give them your full attention. And if you give them, once you give them their full, God, I can't talk right now. Once you give them your full attention, then they could finally kind of open up to you, and they feel like they're attached to each other. You know what I'm saying? And then the last one is physical touch, as in this may be just holding hands, this may be hugging all the time, this may be just cuddling under a blanket together. And all these love languages come together. Let me just put this away. All these love languages come together. Like, when you get into a relationship, you need to find out who or what that other person's love language is, so that you know how to let them know that you care about them. And whenever they get angry or they're kind of not in the best mood, you know why they're in a bad mood. Like, say you're dating someone that likes quality time, right? And you haven't really been giving them a lot of time lately. Like, you've been working a lot, or you've been really busy. And then they're getting all mad and you're confused. Just kind of think in their shoes. Like, what are they thinking right now? And then you kind of think, you're like, oh man, I have been really busy. I haven't really spent that much time with them. And then take time out of your day to just spend time with them. You know, make them feel that or show them how much you care about them, and it'll just work out a lot later in the end. Once you're in a committed relationship and once you really care about someone, well, I'm gonna talk about something that a lot of people don't really like to talk about, but we're gonna be talking about sex. Oh, sex. But sex, I have an opinion on sex, and other people have different opinions on sex, but this is how I feel. If you say worse came to worse, and a baby just plopped into your lap, if you can't financially and emotionally care for that child, then you shouldn't be having sex. Like, if you don't have a job, or you don't, like, you're in the middle of school and you're like, I don't want to give up school, I have to be in school right now, I really do not think you should be having sex, because things happen. Condoms break. What are they called? That pill that girls take, birth control. Sometimes that doesn't work. Things like that. Basically, you need to be prepared to have a baby. Even if you have no intention on ever having a baby in your entire life, you need to be prepared for having that just in case that happens. And another thing I want to talk about sex is kind of, for me, it's something that, it's not just like a physical action, it's more of a intimate connection with the person. So when you're, oh, by the way, I've never had sex before, so I don't really know exactly, but this is how I imagine it. Weird, huh? But when you have sex with someone, you need to have a mental relationship with that someone, because the whole situation of being together like that is, you need to, I'm trying to say something that I can't get out of my brain. Basically, just know that you care about that person before you do it. That's basically all I'm saying. Yeah. Now, if you're in a relationship, let me backstep a little bit. Now, when I say sex, there's a difference between like a sexual relationship and just straight up sex. Some people find it okay to have a sexual relationship, as in stuff that I won't say in the video, but like just what you feel on having sex. Like to me, sex isn't like the whole world if I have it, but I want to save having sex with someone that I really care about. You get what I'm saying? And some people view the line of sex differently. Like, some people think it's actual intercourse, other people think it's like those things I'm not going to talk about. So yeah, just care about the person you're going to have sex with, unless you're just one of those people that likes one night stands, I guess. I don't really understand that, but good on ya. Another thing I want to talk about is keeping things interesting in a relationship. Now, once you're past the romantic stage of a relationship, like that first couple months where you're just like, oh, googly eyes about the other person, you're talking about them all the time, you're like, oh, we just went to saw this movie and then we made out an hour, and then yeah, once you're past that stage, there comes a part in a relationship when you need to keep things interesting, or things will just kind of die out. Like, you need to find a passion that you both care about. Like, say it's, I don't know, running together. Maybe you guys will get up in the morning and go running a mile together. Maybe that's something that you guys do. Or maybe you like going to see a movie. Maybe you like getting on a couch kind of under covers and watching a movie. Maybe there's a bunch of different things that you could think of, but I just haven't popped into my brain right now. So yeah, keep things interesting. Do something different that you haven't done in the past before. Just if things are interesting, things get boring, right? So yeah. One thing that I like to note is, even if your significant other isn't a receiving gifts kind of person, just kind of go out of your way and get him something randomly, because things happen. You don't really know how long a relationship's gonna last, and it feels good giving something to someone else. trust me on this. It feels great. And then seeing the reaction and, like, say, I don't know, get your girlfriend her favorite candy, or girls get the guy his favorite candy. I don't know. Just do something little. It doesn't have to cost a bajillion dollars. Just do something for someone, you know? Make that relationship count. One of the last things I want to talk about is breakups. Now, when you break up with someone, or if someone breaks up with you, it's not the end of the world. I know it feels like crap for a long time, no matter, there isn't really a set amount of time to get over someone, but breakups suck. There's no getting around that, whether you broke up with someone or they broke up with you. It just sucks. And I just want to get back to that point where you got to be a positive person all the time, because if you just broke up with someone and you're talking to some girl, you're like, oh man, my girlfriend, she just broke up with me and I feel sucks. Like, what is she gonna think? Oh man, this guy, he still likes this girl and he's kind of annoying. You know, get over it in your own time and just move on. There's other fish in the sea. Yet another cliche term, but there's more to life than just that one person you were with. I guess that might kind of rounds up everything I was trying to get to. So I don't know if I maybe gave you a little bit of advice. Please just let me know, because this kind of took me a little bit of time. And please just let me know if you didn't like it. I don't care. Just tell me what. Actually, if you didn't like it, kind of tell me what you didn't like about it, as in let me know what your opinion is on that certain topic or anything. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good relationship with that next person. Get over the person you were just with, and take a shower every day, please. I really got to emphasize that hygiene point. Some people smell bad. Yeah. See you guys later.